Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Mr. Phone Doctor. Today I'm going to be covering a cool little tool that we use on the daily, the dot glass. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Javi Guzman with MrPhoneDoctor.com, and thank you all for tuning in and checking out this episode. If this is your first time here and you guys enjoy all things tech and repair related, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and smack that bell so you're notified on our latest videos. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or even need a screen repair, please visit us at www.MrPhoneDoctor.com or simply leave a comment down below. Before we begin going over the dot glass, I just want to let you guys know that we're going to be doing a giveaway. So for those of you guys that want to get your hands on one of these, feel free to subscribe, and I'll be leaving instructions down in the description here on how to win one of these. If you guys want to purchase one, you guys can purchase them. They're going to be available on our website. Just go to www.MrPhoneDoctor.com, click on shop, and go ahead and click on refurbishing tools, and you'll see these guys here along with other tools that you may need. So if you've seen some of our videos or you guys are new to refurbishing, you guys may be wondering how we thread this thin little line between the glass and the OLED panel. Now we do have to create a breaking point for us to feed this through. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate, and I'm going to go over the features on this and show you guys how we use this on the daily. Now there are two different versions, okay? So you have your dot glass 1.0 and then you have your dot glass 2.0, version 2. The major difference between the two is the 2.0, you have a removable tip, so you can go ahead and remove this tip if for any reason this tip gets dull. The maker of this is making the steel out of SKD11, which is a high carbon, high chromium steel. It is very unlikely that it's going to get dull on you unless you're forcing and grabbing on metal. But for typical glass day-to-day use, you shouldn't have any issues of this getting dull. And if it does, you have the option of replacing this tip here. Now with 1.0, it was not replaceable. All you can do was just replace this whole threading part that has the tip on here, as you can see here on my camera. So that was the major difference. We've been using this one for about a year now, and we haven't had any issues of it dulling out or anything. So if you guys can get your hands on either or, it's going to be a really great investment and help you guys get into your OLEDs and remove the glass safely. In the past, we would use these steel breaking tools, which were good. The only big problem that we had on these was that they got dull. We had to be sharpening these and grinding them to sharpen up the point. If you guys can see here, you can see how dull this is, which is not good, especially on those borderless Samsung S20s and above. There's not much meat on there to grab, so you have to be very precise on where you break. Otherwise, if you're too far down, you're going to go in far enough and damage the OLED panel. So you can see the normal length that we had on these threadings. This was the original length of it, and after grinding it, we've lost already about a good 3/4 of an inch, just from grinding and using it. So that's when this comes an advantage. You don't have to worry about grinding, sharpening this point. You're gonna have a nice sharp tip 100% of the time, which is great. That's gonna save you time and help you guys work a lot more efficient. All right, so now that I went over the difference between the two dot glasses, I'm gonna go ahead and use 2.0 to break a couple glasses. So let me clear this all out of the way. And I do have a couple OLED panels that I'm going to show you. I have a Galaxy S20, and we're going to be breaking, I believe, a Note 8, just so I can show you guys the difference between the bezels on these and how we break, just to make sure that we have a nice clean access point. I'm going to go and first start off by breaking the Note 8. I do want to first make sure that the device is working, and this just helps to make sure that you don't do any further damage, okay? Okay, so this is the Note 8 that we're going to be breaking. Now we like to get in on these at the very top. So if you notice, you're going to have the speaker mesh right here. You have your other areas here where your camera and your proximity sensors. We like to do 4 breaks on this one, okay? Reason why is because you have this speaker mesh here. If for any reason you don't cut or break right here on these edges, when you're feeding the line's gonna get stuck here on the speaker mesh. So we like to break here, break here and break here, and then we'll clear all this top part out, and of course remove this speaker mesh. So you can see that this OLED is good. Nothing wrong with it besides this little bruise down on here. But other than that, it's good. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how the dot glass works on this Note 8. We're going to set this in here. And like I mentioned to you earlier, we're going to do 4 breaks. Okay, we're going to do one here, one here, one here, one here, 4 total. So I'm going to first start with this left corner. And the good thing about these, the Note 8, the S8s through Note 8s, you have a lot of meat on here to grab, so you don't have to worry about being so precise. So I'm just going right here, and you guys can see that we are right on there. So once you see that you have a good point, we're going to go ahead and just spin it. And then you're going to just feel the needle go down right on the glass. Alright, so we are nice and tight here on this top right corner. We just got to give it a little twist, and you can hear it crack. Boom, there it was. See, and look at those breaks. Those breaks are just so precise. You can see how it webbed. You have a nice spider web running here, which is perfect for this, you know. All you got to do is add a little bit of alcohol right here, and then with your tweezers and your clear card, just go ahead and remove all these shards. And that's a beautiful, beautiful break right there. That's what you want. I'm gonna go ahead and break right here again as well. Little twist. And the beautiful part about this needle is you can see how much space you have on here. There's not much depth on that tip, so you're gonna actually prevent it from going through and damaging the OLED majority of the time. Now be careful, you know, we have messed a few of these up, you know, practicing and figuring out how it works, but with practice, of course, always makes perfect. So make sure you guys are practicing this. We'll do this last one here. And this one may not even need it. You can see how the webs, you see how these spider webs are already going through across. We can pretty much just clear all this. So you know what? I'm not even gonna put a break here because these webs just broke beautifully. So that's this one. This is the Note 8. You guys can see here how beautiful she came out. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and test it. So here we go. This is the screen, and you can see the brakes are there, and everything is still fully working. Touch is responding. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate to you guys next the Galaxy S20. Now this one is gonna be a little more tricky, okay? You have to be very, very precise on where you brake. Reason why is because these are almost bezel-less. You can see how there is really not much meat between the OLED and the frame, so you're gonna have to just grab just right on these corners. And on these, I recommend only 2 brakes. You don't need anything else because the speaker mesh is embedded inside the frame. Your line will actually come right through without hitting the speaker mesh, which is great. I really enjoy that because the less brakes on this, like I mentioned earlier, is the best. So we're gonna go ahead and do a break right here in this corner, and then we're gonna go ahead and break right here on this left corner. So we can go ahead and begin braking. So as I mentioned, we're gonna break right here and right here. Let's go ahead and get this tip in here. You have to be very, very observant of where it's at. Make sure that we're right between the glass and the bezel. There it is. We got that break right there. So there's 1 of 2. You just got to catch, as I mentioned earlier, you just got to catch right on the edge of the glass. You'll feel this little tip hit the actual bezel. Once you hit the bezel, you can kind of slide it down. Yeah, I'd say like 0.5 millimeter. And from there, you can just twist and break. And there you have it. We have our 2 brakes. Now let's go ahead and test it just to show you folks that everything is good to go. There it is. You can see that these brakes are complete. Touch and everything's working, and there are no bleeds. That's what you don't want. You don't want any bleeding or anything like that. So I broke precisely right here and right here on the edge. So we're good. Now our next step would be, of course, just remove these shards, feed the line through, cut the glass off, remove the OLED from the frame, and take it in back and laminate. So that's gonna pretty much wrap up my video, guys. I really appreciate your guys' support. I hope you guys enjoyed the content that I created on the Dot Glass, and you guys got yourself familiar on some of the refurbishing process that we do. If you guys do need any further training or some one-on-one assistance, everything's available on Podia, or you could just reach out to me personally. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out and get you guys up and running wherever you guys may be stuck, or if you just want to get started. And if you guys are looking for the Dot Glass, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm gonna leave information down below on how you can win one of these in a raffle giveaway. And if you do want to purchase, it's available on our web store, www.mrphonedoctor.com. The surgeon's signing out. Thanks once again, guys. Have a great week. Cheers.